Good morning. It's calendar day. We are going to be starting our Grabie calendar series, and I am so excited. I hope that you guys are ready. I think I have a really good image for us as our inspiration. So I think that you guys are really going to enjoy this first day of this series. Okay, so we're going to be doing 12 different months. We're going to be doing the Grabie calendar. And we are going to start with January today. Yes, these replays will be available for you guys if you miss any of the 12 tutorials. But just wanted you guys to, those of you who are planning on doing it live, today is the first day. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. I'm excited. I have a really cool, I think, image that we're going to really enjoy. I'm sorry if I'm crunching in y'all's ears, but I have to eat my toast because I have supplements that I take every morning, and I don't like to take them on an empty stomach. So forgive me for crunching in your ears. All right. Thanks for the populars. I love it, love it. Hey, Feral Mom, welcome in. I am too, Mama Carrie. I'm super excited about it as well. We are going to be doing a really neat painting this morning. I've got to find it, so I'm about to pull it up. Now, it's not going to look, obviously, you know, it's inspiration, so it's not going to look just like this, but we are going to enjoy. It's inspiration, so it's not going to look just like this, but we are going to enjoy for January, for the month of January. Oh, that's okay, Feral Mom. The replay, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to download it immediately and put it on my YouTube channel so that, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Sorry. On my channel, and you guys can see it. You know, y'all have access to it immediately. So, all right. I apologize about the like lines. I see that there's lines going across, but I think that's because I have my heater on. It tends to mess with the frequency or the signal. But I have to have my heater on because it's cold today in Texas. So it is burr chilly. Hey, Mom. Good morning. How are you? Okay. Again, I apologize. I have to eat my toast every morning because I have to take my supplements, and I can't do that on an empty stomach. So I'm drinking coffee as well. You guys don't forget to grab your engagement points out of the fan club. And we are going to enjoy doing some painting today. So, what I am doing with mine, and this is just, you guys don't have to do this. Thank you, Feral Mom. You guys don't have to do this, but I have measured mine out. And it has come, it's 5 by 4, basically 4 1/4. And that is what I'm doing my paper on. I took the Meeden paper and I measured it out to 5 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to cut it. And that is what I'm going to do my painting on because, number one, I don't trust myself not to mess up and have to start again and then mess up the entire year's calendar because I don't have January. And secondly, I am not sure that this particular, I just don't know. I'm just not sure. I just don't want to mess it up, you guys. Just plain and simple, I don't want to mess it up. So. So what I'm going to do is, now I have this little extra now, which is like 2 1/2, and I'll cut this off and make a 3 out of it. And I'll use this leftover for an artist trading card. So what I'm going to do, this is the meet-in paper, but I'm going to put it onto the Grabie calendar. So once it's done, it is going to go on here like this. And it almost totally covers it, but not quite. It gives it just a slight border like this. All right. So the border is about 1/8 of an inch. So that's how mine's going to look. So just so you guys know, I just want y'all to know that that is how I'm doing mine, okay? Now, for our video purposes, I'm going to take the January and I'm going to go ahead and keep it on here because I want everybody to know that this is for the calendar if they're new. Because I know I have some new people doing this calendar challenge with me, so I want to make sure everybody knows. So I'm going to go ahead and glue mine down to my calendar. I can always pull it off if I need to. So that's what I will be doing in case you guys were wondering, like how I decided to do mine, because I don't want to accidentally mess up and not be able to fix it. Although watercolors are very, very forgiving and you can pretty much fix anything, but I just don't trust myself. So I am going to do mine on a separate one. Okay. Do mine on a separate one. Okay. I didn't get any people calling me while I'm on my live. All right. So here is what we're going to be using. We're using the Grabie calendar. We've already talked about that. Okay. This calendar comes on watercolor paper, guys. So if you are confident and you want to do it directly onto the calendar, you can certainly do that. Ours, however, mine, I have added a piece of watercolor paper to the top of mine. That way, if I mess it up, I can pull it off and redo it. But you certainly don't have to do that. You can do it directly onto it. It's really nice paper. Stop that. Sorry, my dog was chewing something up. So that's how I'm doing mine, just in case I need to like start over. Okay. I don't trust myself. That's just me. All right. We are going to be using the Meet-In palette. That is right here. The Meet-In palette comes with 48 colors. They also have one that is a 96 color palette. It comes with 48 colors, including your neons and your metallics. These pop out, so you can make travel palettes with these if you want. You can pop these out individually right here to even customize travel palettes if you wanted to. Okay, so it's pretty genius in that you can do that. You can rearrange all these. The thing is that they come in this lightest to darkest color on each row, which is great because it makes things really easy to learn to shade with this palette. So this is a great palette if you're a beginner and you've never painted before or you're still learning, because it does help in that manner. But also the pigments are really buttery and really creamy and really vibrant. So if you're a seasoned watercolor artist, you will still love this palette. Now mine is a hot mess, I know, but it is the kind of palette that I use every single day. I use it for my paintings. I use it for my jewelry. I use it for my Christmas ornaments. Like I literally use this paint, my Bible art, my art journaling, all the things. So it gets used a ton. I've had it for well over a year, probably a year and a half at this point. The only color I've replaced is white. So it does last a very long time. And you get a lot of bang for your buck. Yay, I'm glad it's on your Christmas list, Bree. You're going to love it if you get it. I hope Santa brings it to you. It does come with everything you need for watercolors. It comes with the brush, the pencil, and the eraser, a sponge to dry your brushes, and also this space in the back where you can do your mixing and stuff. So it also travels really well because it's got this case and you just close it up and travel with it nice and flat. Super easy. That's how I travel with it. I rarely will pop these out, but occasionally I'll go outside to do something and I'll grab like my neon palette and go sit outside and paint, but most of the time I leave it intact and I travel like this. And I do a lot of traveling, so I take this palette has been around, trust me, it has traveled a lot with me. Now, the next thing that we are also going to be using is this Meeden round, trust me, it has traveled a lot with me. Now, the next thing that we are also going to be using is this Meeden dispenser. We call it the Meeden paint toilet. I don't remember this Meeden dispenser. We call it the Meeden paint toilet. I don't remember. It's amazing. It also has a place to hold your brushes so that they can dry upright so they don't lose their shape. And it holds 650 milliliters of water, which is great because it lasts 2 or 3 paintings before I have to change out the water. This down here holds 2 of these. So I can add a whole entire thing of water and then refill this and use this again before I have to dump this, which is really nice. Yay, Cindy, I'm glad it's on your Christmas list. I hope Santa brings it to you. Exciting. So I don't have running water in my studio. So I hope Santa brings it to you. Exciting. So I don't have running water in my studio. Back down. Now I can stay seated and it doesn't interrupt my creative flow. So this is definitely worth the money. This is not one of the cheap versions either. If you've gotten one of those cheap versions off of those discount sites and you ended up not liking it, like I cheap versions either. If you've gotten one of those cheap versions off of those discount sites and you ended up not liking it like I did, don't compare it to this because this is made really well. It's nice and solid. This goes down flat so you can travel with it if you want to. And it doesn't leak and it's heavy duty plastic. So it's not, and silicone. So it's not something that's going to wear out easily. It's it's made really well. Okay. So that is the next thing that we are working with. Sorry, it says I keep repeating. I don't know why I would be repeating. I apologize for that, Becky. Hopefully it will stop doing that. Is anybody else getting that? Are y'all getting repeating stuff? I hope it doesn't because we're fixing to start our tutorial in just a minute and I don't want it to do that to y'all the whole time we're doing this tutorial. Oh, that's frustrating. Let's see. What can I do about that? My internet looks strong. It's showing that I've got really strong signal. I don't know if it would be because, I don't know. I don't know what causes that, you guys. Should I get off and maybe I'll pause it? I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause it and start back up and see if that helps. Maybe that'll, let me see. I'm not sure if I know how. It's okay right now. Okay. Well, y'all let me know if it continues. Okay. And I'll, figure out if it's something on my end. Okay, good. Crystal Joy. Okay. No different than usual. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I hate that. I wish I had better internet, but when you live out in BFE, you don't have an option. So, okay. The next thing that we are going to be using is the Meeden brushes. Okay. I have the 4 set, which is right here. Let me find my other ones. They're in here somewhere. And, uh-oh, there it is. Okay. So I have the 4 brush set. It is the 1, 3, 5, and 7. So that's plenty for me, but if you like more sizes, there is a 9 brush set as well. And these brushes are amazing. They don't rust. They're made out of synthetic squirrel hair. So they keep their shape and they hold a ton of water really well. They're short, so you can control your strokes really, really easily. So for me, these brushes just leveled up my art. Now, this does come with a brush, and it's a good brush. But when I switched over about 6 months after I bought this palette to this set of brushes, I can tell you right now that my art leveled up for sure. These are a really good professional set, but not at a professional price. They have a good, they've got a good price on them for the the quality that they are. And they're packaged amazing. I mean, Meeden always has amazing packaging. So they come in tubes, and you can keep them in the tubes to keep them safe and all that. I have, you know, obviously I use mine every day, so I rarely put them in their tubes. But when I travel, I do. But they're really, really nice. So if you're interested in a good set of brushes, we'll be using these today as well. Now, obviously, we're going to use other things. And if you have questions about any of the products that I'm using as we go, you guys just let me know, and I will be happy to answer those questions as we go, okay? Because we'll use our detail pencil or pen, we'll use pencil, eraser, that kind of stuff. So if any of you guys have any questions on any of that, just let me know, and I'm happy to go over it with you, okay? All right, one more bite of my toast, and I'll show you guys our inspiration pick. Let me show you. It is right here, so get ready to screenshot. For everybody who likes to screenshot the inspiration picture, here it is. This is what we're going to be doing for January. So go ahead and screenshot that. I'm going to hold it up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are done. So hopefully everybody got your screenshot for the inspiration picture that we're using today. Okay, now it does have a fairly colorful background that we're going to need to do prior to any drawing. So what we're going to go ahead and, well, prior to drawing, but prior to starting the actual painting itself. So we are going to go ahead and draw the champagne flutes and the clock so that we can know where not to put our background color, because we're going to need that white space in order to do all of our images, okay? So I want you guys to go ahead and grab your pencil and your eraser so that we can get started on that part of the drawing, okay? All right, so I'm using the View Sign pencil, in case you guys are wondering what kind of pencil. It is an HB. Oh, Crystal Joy, sorry, I just saw your comment. Oh, I know you're not trying to be mean. No worries. I have really thick skin. I used to teach gymnastics, so when you deal with sports parents, you got to have really, really thick skin, because they are sometimes not nice. All right. So let's do, let's see how I want to do this. I want to go ahead and draw the clock first. So you're going to need something that will make a circle, something to trace for your clock. I'm going to use my handy dandy circle maker, but you can use whatever you feel like you want. Now my clock, I'm going to do my clock. It's going to be over here in this left-hand corner at the bottom. So it's going to be over here in this left-hand corner at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and place my circle where I want it, or place my tracer where I want it. And I'm going to decide on what size. Let's see what size I want. That looks good. I think I'm going to do this size. Yeah, because it's going to have a border around it. Okay. So the border is going to be right outside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my outside border as well. Okay. Oops. I got that off, guys. What happened there? Oops. Let's try that. Let's start that over. See, this is why I'm not doing it on my calendar, y'all. Because I'm telling you guys, when I put myself under pressure like this, it's always going to be something that I screw up. So let's try that again. All right. So I'm going to do I'm going to do the clock. So there's my clock. I did Crystal Joy. Do you need me to show it again? I'm happy to do that. So there's my clock. I did Crystal Joy. Do you need me to show it again? I'm happy to do that. Hang on one second. I will get it for you. I'm not really looking at it right now, so. All right, here you go. Here's the inspiration. I'm sorry, Feral Mom. Thank you for the gifts. I'm sorry. I don't always see them when I'm painting. I tend to forget. Y'all are crazy. Okay. Go ahead and screenshot if you need to, and I'll pull it off. And screenshot if you need to, and I'll pull it off. When I'm looking at my paper, I don't always see that, but I do always go back and look and try to acknowledge when I find them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You know I love you guys for sending gifts. Y'all are amazing. Okay. All right. So we've got our clock sort of traced out. Okay. Now that's not going to be, it's not going to be exact, but just remember that, you know, we're kind of just using this as a guide. Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me let my dog out because he's scratching at the door. Come on. Here. Go. Go, go. Okay, he scratches at the door when he needs to go outside. Otherwise, he usually just lays at my feet. Okay, so we have our clock drawn, and then that gives me now the guide as to where my first champagne flute is going to be, because my flute kind of comes up, the stem comes up behind the edge of the clock, and then the other one comes up over here. All right, so that gives us an idea of kind of where we're going to put that first stem. All right, now our shapes for this, guys, just so you know, our shapes are going to be right here. This is an oval, and obviously this is a long rectangle, and this is an oval, but the oval is going to be cut off at the top, and it's going to be more pointy at the bottom. So it's basically an oval. It's kind of just a triangle that's rounded too. You could do it that way too if you want to, with an oval at the top. Okay, so that's kind of our shape breakdown for this. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make our stem that comes right at the base of our clock. We're going to have that come down slightly right here. It just comes to the edge. And then we're going to bring that out like we would, you know, as if it's coming out of the base of that. Okay. And just bring it around. And it comes up and in. All right. And I'm doing this really light-handed. Okay, so that's basically the stem. You bring that out a little bit more. Okay, and then it's going to come up again right here out of the back like this. It spreads out at the bottom like this. So give yourself like a little triangle right there. Okay. And then we're going to go all the way up, and we're just going to kind of widen that out and go up, and widen that out and go up to make our flute, our champagne flute. All right. You just want to make sure that this looks lined up, and you can see that mine obviously does not. So I probably should have drawn the top first, but that's okay. So I'm going to erase this again, again, you guys know, always have your eraser ready. I'm going to use a ruler so that I can see kind of where this lines up. And that way I'm not going to mess it up. So it's going to come down from here all the way to here. It's going to come down from here all the way to here. Room for our liquid and then a little bit of our flute to be left. Okay, so we're going to bring that up just like that. Okay. And then the next part is our flute is our second flute is going to come in front of it. I don't think I'm in front of it. I don't think I'm going to do mine that way though. I think I'm going to lean mine over like it's cheersing. Like they're tilting it to tap the glass. I think that's how I want to do mine. Also, I want to round these out a little bit more. Like that. Instead of making them so straight. Like that. Instead of making them so straight. There we go. I like that better. So that shape's a little bit better. I don't know why I'm making this so difficult, y'all. Sorry. Okay, I am going to tilt mine. So my flute is going to go like this. We're going to start as if the corner of it is tapping this glass. And we're going to go down like this. And like this. Okay. So we're going to tap the glass. And then bring that across. And then as we do that, we're just going to bring this down just like we did the other one into that like thin little triangle. And we're going to bring it all the way down. We don't want it to get wider though. Mine was going a little wonky. And then bring your base out and around and up. I made that a little funky, sorry. Our liquid in this glass is gonna be tilting like this. Whereas our liquid in this glass is going to be straight across. Okay, like that. Make sense? Okay. Now our clock has a little handle on the top that goes up like this with our round little ball and our little metal handle. Like that. Okay, that's not exactly the way it's going to be, but we'll fix it. Okay, and then it's got kind of a like shadow that comes around behind it to make it kind of more 3D-esque. Like this, and hits that champagne flute. Okay, so that means that it's going to go over the top of this like so. All right, so this part of this like so. All right, so this part right here will not show on the flute. because that clock goes in front. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Okay, so that's kind of our 3D shadow area. So we just want to make sure that we know where all those spaces are before we do our background. So we just want to make sure that we know where all those spaces are before we do our background, because our background is darker than we normally do it, so it's not something we can paint over, all right? It's going to be one of those backgrounds that we're going to have to go around our areas, all right? Okay, so in order to do our background, so everybody give me a thumbs up if you are good, or if I need to slow down or wait on you, or what you need. Let me know. Sorry, Mama Carrie. Yeah, my internet's acting weird, I guess. It's showing me that I have a strong connection, so I don't know why it's freezing or repeating. It's weird. How are we doing, though? Are we getting where we need to be? Are we doing good, guys? Are we doing good? Yeah? Y'all let me know. It's okay on your side. Okay, good. Yay. All right, is everybody good here? We're at our point of, now don't worry. The reason I'm leaving this right here is because we're gonna do some lettering right here. So just so you guys know. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to use our number 5 brush in order to start our background. All right, so we're using the Mita number 5, which is the heavier, bigger brush. And we're going to dip it into our water. We're going to get clear water. We're just going to put around our image, all right? Actually, I'm not. I'm going to do it a little section at a time. So I'm going to do this top left-hand corner first, okay? And on this top left-hand corner, we're going to use some gray. We're going to dip into our gray, and we're going to add some gray in there. And we're not going to do anything. It doesn't have to be any particular, like, shape or anything. Just let it kind of bleed into your water. And then from there, we're going to take some water and spread it. Keep spreading across the top here for water. And then from there, we're going to take some water and spread it. Keep spreading across the top here. And in that, we're going to go ahead and add some purple. Okay, so we're going to kind of blend those together. So you have kind of a gray fading into purple. It doesn't have to be dark, just enough to give it a little bit of color. And maybe down here, a little bit of purple. Kind of bleeding up into that. Okay, kind of like that. Don't worry if there's some white spots here and there. Remember, we're going to end up splattering this in the end. You know we are. Yay, Lindsay, I'm so excited. Yep. Okay, so go ahead and keep adding your water. We're going to go around this flute right here. Sorry, I've got an eraser on my paper because I roast a lot, you guys. Just go down with that clear water. And we are going to add in some, hang on, I got to get my reference photo pulled up. Some green. I'm going to use this grass green. And we're going to just, not a ton. If it's too dark, add more water because we don't want too much. We don't want this background to overpower the image. So just remember that you're going to want to add water if it's too dark. And remember, you can dry your brush and you can also pick it up. You can pick up some of that pigment with a dry brush. so you don't have too much. Okay. Go ahead and go around your flute with more water. And we're going to go in with a little bit of gold. So dip into your gold and add that in. Whoops, I didn't get enough. I'm almost running out of gold. Okay, so dip into your gold and add that in some places. And don't worry if it looks wonky, because when we add our splatters, this background's going to all come together. So I don't want you to feel like it's, you know, you just trust the process. You know, I always say that. Trust the process. Trust the process. I'm going to add in a little bit of yellow with that. So it's going to be more of a yellowy, sparkly gold. I use the yellow orange, for those of you who are wondering. You can make your background any colors you want. Like, it does not have to be the same as mine, okay? Add in some more water in the middle here. And we want that to kind of bleed together. So I'm going to put some more purple in there in just a second. Don't let it get overwhelming, though. You don't want too much. And remember, purple and yellow are opposite, so they will make mud if you are not careful. So don't overwork it. Okay, just kind of let it blend on its own. If you overwork it, it's going to end up making mud, and you don't want that. Okay. All right, so we have that. And then now right over here, we're going to bring this back down. Hang on, let me get this off my brush. And we are going to add in some more gray and purple right here. And then we want to add water so as it not to be overpowering. And just kind of blend it into that yellow and gold and let it do its thing. Don't mess with it too much when it gets to the purple and yellow and gold, okay? Because if you do, it will turn muddy. I'm telling you, I'm not playing around when I say that. Yay, Kat. I'm glad you're starting today. We are just starting with January. We are doing 12 days, and we're doing 1 month of this Grabie calendar every single month, or every single live for 12 days. So you can do this calendar with us if you want. I've cut out a 5 by 4 1/4 sheet of paper to go on my calendar, just because I don't trust myself to paint it directly onto the calendar. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. So I cut mine so that it would do it on its own, so that I could take it off if I needed to. All right, let's dry it. right, so there is our background. All right. If you guys are looking, it should look something. You remember, your colors are not my colors. You can do whatever colors you want, and you don't have to do the same ones as I did. All right, just so you know. And what we're going to do is we will do some splatters later that's going to spruce up this background, okay? But for now, we're going to leave it at that, all right? Now, we're going to go ahead and have to do our clock face, but I don't want to do that until I've done the background of the clock, okay? And we don't want this to be solid white. We want to give it some color to it. So we're going to switch over now to our meet in number 1. All right, so everybody go ahead and grab your meet in number 1 brush. And let's get some. Oh, this is also the time for you to go ahead and empty your water and get some clean water, okay? You're going to need clean water for this clock face. The clock face definitely is going to, you don't want to go in there with any color, okay? So make sure that you have clean water, and you don't want to go in there with any color, okay? So make sure that you have clean water, and you are going to use the bisque color, all right? So the bisque color of that's on our palette. Let me grab my color palette for you guys. I don't know what I did with it recently. I just had it yesterday. Hang on, let me find it. Here it is. All right. So we're going to be using this bisque color right here. Okay, it's over in your metallics, just under your baby blue. All right. Oops. And it is going to be the face of our clock, okay? So, but we're going to make our clock, we're not going to make it all, this entire color, like all the same. It's going to be darker on, we're going to have some shadows in here. So go ahead and color the whole clock face with this bisque color first, okay? And then once we get that done, we will go in with more of this bisque color and just let it kind of blend over here at the top. We want the shadows to be right over here. Okay, so make sure it has enough water that when you add this bisque, it kind of spreads and does its own little thing there. Okay, because that's where our shadows are. All right, and then rinse your brush and let's dry that section off. Okay, so you guys can kind of see now how it's a little bit darker up here in this left. That's what we're looking for, because our light source is coming like kind of from this angle. Okay, so I'm looking like this with our light source. Okay, so underneath here is going to be brighter. All right, how are we doing so far? Good? Okay, I'm going to switch over, just so you guys know, I'm going to switch this right here back to our paint sets. I like to kind of alternate between the products, so people, when they have questions about what we're using. So I'm shifting to the paint palette that we're using now. Okay. So now I want to go ahead and put the face on the clock so that we can do some shadows, okay? So I'm going to use my gray micron, okay? I don't want to use a black. I want to use the gray because I don't want the clock face to be too crazy bright. You know, I don't want it to stand out too much. So let me find my gray micron, which I know is over here somewhere because my grandson was using it. so I have to look in his drawer because he never puts anything back when he uses my stuff. But I know he has my gray micron, so what did he do with it? Well, perhaps not. Y'all, hang on. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, well, I might not be able to use my gray because I can't find it. So I might end up having to use my, oh, wait, maybe. Oh, I found it. Y'all, he did put it back. I was looking over there in his stuff and he had already put it back in my stuff. Look at him being all responsible. Okay, so this is, I'm using this gray color for my clock face. It's okay if you're late. It's okay, Miss Sherry. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad it might be a TikTok glitch and not my own. Okay. All right, so we are going to now do, and we're going to do these in Roman numerals. And we're going to want to make sure that we know what's what. So we're going to start with our 12 up here at the top. Because I don't want to, and then we're going to put our 6 down here at the bottom. I'm going to do it upside down so that we can, you know, mark our 4 spots on the clock. And that way we get them spaced correctly, right? So, and then our 9 over here. Okay. And then this is the Micron Cat. They are waterproof, so I can water paint over them and it does not hurt. It won't smear. Let me get them pinned for you so you can see. They are right here. So they are the Pigma Micron fine liner pins. And this set, I think, has like all the colors. You can also get a full black set with just different tips. And this set, I think, has like all the colors. You can also get a full black set with just different tips, different sizes. These are really nice pins. So I love these pins. I use them for all of my detail work on all of my art. So, okay. So that is that. It's product number 21, in case anybody is wondering about that. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and we are going to do our 1 and our 2. So our 1 is going to be right here, and our 2 is going to be right here. Okay. Now, next we are going to do our 4 and our 5 and our 7 and our 8. Ooh, that one's hard to fit in there. And then our 10 and our 11. Okay. All right. So we now have our clock numbers on there. Okay. You want to make sure those are dry before you put any water on them if you plan on doing any other watering, you know, watercolors over, which we may do some detail around here in just a little while, but let's go ahead and put our dot in the middle. I'm going to do a circle like this and kind of make it thick. And I'm going to make my hand be 5 minutes before midnight. Hey, Stacy Lee, welcome in. All right, so we're going to do our hand. Our shorthand is going to be like this, okay? And we're going to do a round dot with an arrow for that. A little dot there. Okay, and then we're going to do our long hand is going to go here at the 5 mark, and we're going to do the same thing. Do our long hand. Okay, so we have our actually, you know what I think I'm going to do with that, guys? I think I'm going to use my black for that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my black micron, and I'm going to make those hands black. That way they kind of stand out from the gray. You can see them a little bit better. Okay, so our hands are a little bit darker. That way you can kind of see them a little bit better. Okay, so we have our shorthand and our long hand, so it's 5 minutes till midnight. All right, 5 minutes until the new year. All right, how are we doing, guys? Let me know where everybody's at. Oh, Kat, I love the water dispenser too. It is like top notch for sure. Okay, let me get a sip of my coffee. All right, are we ready to move on to the edging of the clock, right? All right, so when we do that, guys, we're gonna need to use we're gonna go ahead and use a light gray to start, and we're gonna do the whole thing. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take our Meeden number 1. It's got that nice little tip on it. We're going to dip into our water and get gray, okay? Make sure you have enough water that it's a very light gray. And we're going to go all the way around our clock, including our shadow with this gray color. Okay. And then we're going to take some of our darker gray. We're going to get darker gray. Like just get, you know, less water, more pigment. And we're going to kind of give it this dark shadow down here. So you're going to leave some white. Now, and you know, get water and lighten up as you need it, darken it, and just kind of blend it as you feel like it needs it. So the shadows are on this side, on this left side, and they kind of blend out and get lighter as it goes up, right? Okay, there are also going to be some shadows right here under the bottom. And then even, I'm going to take a little bit of black even and do some black right here in this darkest part, so that it kind of gives it that look, okay? All right, now we're gonna want to, just one second. We're gonna wanna do some shadow highlights up here at the top as well. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna dry this, okay? Because we wanna make sure this is dry before we keep going. Thanks, Tina K. Okay, now we're going to want to take our black. Oh, hang on, the top didn't dry all the way. All right, and we're going to kind of give it just a little bit. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to use my Transin 0 for this. Let me find it. I'm going to use my detail brush for this part. You can use the tip. You can use the tip of your Meeden. Just dip. If you're using the tip of your Meeden, you're just going to dip in your paint. And you're just going to use that tip and run it just right in these areas. Okay, just like that, where you want a little bit of definition and depth. And remember, you're going to have shadows kind of in these areas right here as well. And then get water, just clear water, and just kind of blend that out so that it kind of fades out like a shadow. Okay, and this is where we're going to really kind of work this in. So you're just going to have to play with it until it gets how you like it, okay? Don't overwork it, but just play with it until it gets the shadows and the depth and dimension that you want in your clock, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to kind of be playing with that shadowing. And I'll dry mine in between if I feel like I need to get the look that I want, because I don't want it to be too wet, because I don't want that black to spread too much as I'm trying to get these shadows. Y'all give me some feedback on how you're doing on this, guys. I want to hear and see how y'all are feeling about it. I'm using black to do all of this, in case you guys were wondering. I'm using black to do all of this, in case you guys were wondering. Because I want it to be, I want it to have, you know, those shadows and those that depth. Now, as I come around here, I'm going to dilute it more so those shadows are not as dark. But I'm still using black. Okay, you'll see how I'm doing that. I know it looks like it's a hot mess, but don't worry. We're gonna clean all that up in just a little while. So just trust the process. Again, I'm gonna say trust the process a lot, because you have to with watercolors, because it can start to feel a lot messier than it really is. All right. How we doing? Everybody let me know. Are we good? Jamie, thank you for the finger hearts. Are we good? Just checking on everybody. I'm just rechecking comments. I think we're good. All right. Keep going and just kind of play with it until you get where you feel like it's done. Okay. You'll know when you get there. Okay. So this kind of base part here, I'm going to add in a little darker gray through get there. Okay. So this kind of base part here, I'm going to add in a little darker gray through here. Right here. This needs to be darker because this is the shadow part. There we go. There it is. All right. You can get this last bit right here. All right. I think I'm pretty close. All right. I think I'm pretty close. I think I need to do a little more. Hey, O'Dailies, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. Let's see. I want to make sure that this top right here blends a little better. All right. I'm going to dry that and do the top of it, and then I'm going to put some detail on, and then we'll see what it needs. Okay. I feel like that looks pretty good. Okay, so the idea, and of course we're going to kind of bring this out a little bit here because it's going to have to. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to go ahead and get that gray, and I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to go ahead and get that gray, and I'm going to bring it down and into our round edges. And I know our background's not done there, and that's okay because we can add that in at the end. I just didn't want to get too close to this until I did these. So that's why I left that background part open. Okay, so we have our handles kind of done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the black and give it some kind of highlights over here, or some shadows. So we want this shadow to be at the top here, like that, and kind of around this part. Okay, so we kind of give it that shadow. And we're going to go right here as well. Right here as well. And then we want a little teeny tiny bit of the shadow to be right here on this inside edge. Okay, like that. Okay, so that is our handle. Let's bring that out right here. And just kind of blend that shadow out like that. Good. Okay, now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make sure this is dry, and then we're going to take our, yes, Stacy Lee, this will be, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to immediately download it and upload it so that you guys have have access to the replay like right away. So as soon as it gets uploaded, as soon as I'm off of here, I'm going to upload it so that you guys can get the replay right away. That way, anybody who missed it or came in late and needs to go back and look or whatever has access to it pretty okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black micron, but I'm going to use my 05 this time because I want to have a thinner line. So I'm going to use my 05 and I'm going to come along the edge here and I'm just going to kind of give it some like little sketchy lines. Okay, to kind of bring it all together. And that's going to just kind of help to bring in some of these shadows so that it doesn't look so messy. Help to bring in some of these shadows so that it doesn't look so messy. That's okay. You can watch the replay. Yeah, it'll be on my YOUTUBE channel. Watch the replay. Yeah, it'll be on my YOUTUBE channel. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. Very light-handed on this outline up here. Okay. So there's kind of how that, and what I did was I kind of just put, you know, this extra shading with this micron I did with this pen. I just kind of gave it some extra little lines in there, and it kind of brought, I just kind of gave it some extra little lines in there, and it kind of brought that together. And I'm going to do the same thing right here in this corner. This micron pen is really good about giving you like these extra little details so that you can kind of bring everything together. Was that a 10 or 12 micron on the numbers? It's actually, I'm using, this currently is the 05. Let's see. Yeah, 05. Now the gray one I used was a 10. Yeah, the gray one was a 10. That I used for the letters. I probably should have used, honestly, I probably should have used a 5, an 8 or 08 or an 05 for the letters, because the ones like these right here are kind of close together, but it is what it is, so. Okay. All right, so there's my clock. Whew, that stressed me out, y'all. Okay, so, uh-oh, oh, dallies. Okay, so who is ready to move on to the champagne flutes? I am definitely, I think I like the clock. I think the way it I like the way it turned out. I feel like it might need space. I think it feels like it needs like, I feel like it needs this center. There, that looks better. Okay. So that's where we're at with my clock. Now I'll probably play around with that a little bit more. No, I'm not. I'm going to stop myself from overthinking this, guys. I tend to overthink when I'm doing stuff like this. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay, I'm done with the clock. I'm not going to keep going. I have a tendency to do that. Okay, so I'm going to take a breath for a minute. We're going to start on the champagne flutes in just a second. All right, how is everybody doing? Let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments. Are you getting it? Are you still working on your clock? Like, where are we on how we feel about this so far? Okay, I know that you guys, this is just the first month. Okay, we've got 12 of these that we're doing, so we have 11 more after this one. But I think this one's going to be really nice and pretty. I'm excited about it. I really am. I think it's going to look really nice. And I might even trim mine a little bit more. I might not want it to be quite so close to the edge on this. I think I might want to trim this down some, but we'll see. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do our champagne. Okay. So we're going to do this. First of all, go ahead and dump your water. That's okay, Sherry. All right. So go ahead and dump your water and make sure, sorry, that had a little bit of ink stuck there, that you get clean water. Okay. And what we're going to do now to get this to happen, the way that this kind of blending is done on this, is we are going to take our water and we're going to just put our water in the champagne glass, but we're going to leave streaks. So we're going to leave some areas dry. Okay, guys? The idea is that you don't want it to be completely wet. There's going to be areas in it that aren't wet, okay? So you're going to leave some white space. And it's just random, so there's no rhyme or reason to where you're leaving that white. It's just random, okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to add in our yellow. It's just random, okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to add in our yellow. We're going to reach over and grab some purple and spread. And then we're going to add some green. We're going to add some more yellow where we want it to be. And maybe a little bit more purple right here. But not too much because we don't want it to turn to mud. Okay. All right, now we're just going to kind of blend that and let it blend where we want that to go. And if we've got too much white space, you can blend it down. And just let it do its thing. And then once you have it kind of the way you want it, you can darken any of those areas up. So like I'm going to add a little bit more purple through here. And I'm going to add a little bit more yellow here. Ooh, that was a lot. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some more green. Right? I'm just dried my brush and just picked up some of this water. Yep, sometimes I get too much water, but that's all right. I'll just pick it up with my dry brush. I wanted that pigment to come out more, so it helped to do that, although I didn't do it on purpose, but it's fine now. All right, so now we are going to dry this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gold and I'm going to kind of go over the top of this to just kind of give it a little bit of a sparkle. Okay, so I did a really light layer of gold over the top of all of it to give it that kind of sparkle look. Okay. All right, so that was the first. Now let's go ahead and go in and add some darker shadowy areas. So I'm going to start with the purple and I'm going to kind of bring down just some parts of that. Okay, rinse that. I'm going to get a little bit of this dark pink too and bring that into this kind of purple area just because I like that pink color. Hang on, I didn't want that much water. Okay. Can y'all see that? There we go. Yay, I'm so glad, Stacy Lee. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get some green now, and let's do some of this green. So all I'm doing is just putting little shadow areas where I feel like, or little streaks. Sort of like that. Okay, now we're going to do that with the yellow. And I'm really light-handed on this as I do this, guys. Okay. All right. All right. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my detail brush or my detail pen, and I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys, we're just going to outline our flute. We'll come back and do the stem in just a minute. Okay. And then I'm going to go across the top with kind of like a yellowish brown color to kind of bring all that together. I'm going to get this brown. I'm going to mix that with some of this yellow. And I'm going to kind of go across the top with that. bit of this green with the brown. I'm going to do that right here. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of blend this with a clean brush. And we've got the top of our champagne. All right, now to do the flute, the stem, I'm just taking some gray and I'm just going to go kind of on this left side and around the edge. And I'm going to add just a little bit of water and just kind of blend that over. So you've got that dark edge on the left. And then right here, you're going to have some shadows just right up underneath that clock right here. Okay, now pick up with a dry brush, pick up some of that pigment. So it's just got a bit of a tint to it. You do want to have a shadow there though. I picked up my shadow too, so I'm gonna have to add it back. Okay, so it's kind of got that shadow. Okay, so that's our flute. Now, we can also do that a little bit at the top, but you don't want to get carried away with it at the top. Go ahead and kind of just make sure that you don't add too much. Okay, so go ahead and you can add a little bit of gray there just to kind of give it some color, but not too much. And then go ahead and pick that pigment up too, so it's not overdone. Okay, so there's your flute. There's the first one. I'm just going to kind of blend all of this with clean water. Just make sure it blends really nicely together, so those streaks don't look so harsh. There, that's better. All right. Try it. And we're going to do the other one. Now remember, this one is going to come across like this, okay? Because it's tilting. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to get clean water. We're going to just put it in our flute wherever we feel like it needs it. Okay. And we can leave some white areas. But for the most part, we want it covered. Okay. And then add in our greens. And add in our yellows. And then add in our purple. And to make sure those blend really well. And let's dry it. And let's dry it. Okay. Now we are going to add our streaks. I'm going to do the yellow first. Oh, wait, no, we got to add our gold first. Let's add our gold sparkle. Remember, we're just doing a little bit, just enough to give it some sparkle. I almost forgot to add our sparkle, guys. You know we want sparkle in it, right? Okay. Try it. And add our, what do I have on here? Oh, purple. Let's add our streaks and our shadows. A little bit of this pink. And then our green. And then our gold or our yellow. All right, how are we doing, guys? Now give me some feedback here. I don't know if I like this or not. I haven't decided yet, but currently we're going for it. Oh, I got a little buggy crawling across my picture. Okay. All right, I'm going to kind of blend these so there's a little buggy crawling across my picture. Okay. All right, I'm going to kind of blend these so they're... And let's use our little gold that we mixed earlier. And then we'll do a little bit of purple right here. Oh, that was too much. Oh, that was too much. All right, now we will get our detail pen and go ahead and do the what messed up, Sherry? Did I mess up something? Was it the signal or was it my painting? It very well could be my painting because it is looking a little wonky, you guys, but that's okay. We're trusting the process. Splatters make everything amazing. Oh, your post. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're going to take our brush, go ahead and dump your water, get clean water, and let's add a little bit of our shadowy mix. Just make sure you put some water in it first. This is why I like those Micron pens, because if I get water on this pen, it's not going to smear. So I don't want it to smear. So there's going to be a little bit of a shadow under here and come along the edge a little bit, and then over on this side. Okay, so go ahead and spread that however you feel like you need to get it to look right. Just play with it until it looks comfortable, looks the way that you want it to, and then move up to the top and do the same thing. Okay, go ahead and dry it. Thank you for the club cheers, Lindsay. All right, now on our, as far as our background goes, I'm going to go ahead and add in, first of all, there was a little thing there that I didn't like, so I had to kind of blend it out. Okay, I'm going to add in my water right here where I left my background blank because I didn't want to mess up my clock area. I'm going to go ahead and put some water in there and do just a little bitty bit of color to kind of bring that background together. I don't want too much because I want it to blend correctly so that it looks like it was there originally, right? All right, so we have that. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to get some purple and I'm going to splatter. So I want to cover up my calendar. Okay, I don't want my calendar to get splatters on it. So I'm going to cover up my calendar with a paper towel and I'm going to dip into my purple and I am going to splatter. Now I'm using the brush number 1. Oh, why do I have all these flies today? And I'm just throwing in those splatters. Should have made sure this was dry. Okay. So again, I'm just throwing in those splatters. Now I'm going to do some green. So I'm going to dip into my green. Same thing. Splatter, splatter, splatter. Okay. And then next I'm going to dip into my gold, because the gold is the one that's going to really bring everything together, and then we'll add our words at the top. Okay, so I'm going to use number 3 instead of brush number 3 instead of brush number 1. I want these splatters to be a little bit bigger or a little more noticeable because I want that gold to be the star of the show. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I got a little bit of splatters on my calendar, but not much, and that's fine. Okay, so there is the finish to start with. All right, except for the letters. We're going to add the letters, but I've got to dry this first. So let me get it dry, and we'll put the stamping on it. All right, so we have that. I'm gonna make sure it's all dry. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my stamps, and I'm going to find my Happy New Year stamp. Whoops. But you can also draw this with your own, you know, like if you want to letter it yourself. I'm just not good. I mean, I can do hand lettering, but I'm not very good at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out some inks. Let's see where my inks are. Let's see what color I want to use. I think I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to go with black. What do you guys think? I think black will be fine. Let's see, where's my black? Black soot. That is what. Black soot. That is what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to do Happy New Year here. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the happy on first. And again, I'm going to do this with my, I'm using Distress Oxide. Bubbles in the champagne. You can take that damp, clean brush, lift paint, little circles in the glasses to make it look like bubbles. And the cups, you should get the sparkling gold, make the little bubbles. Oh, you guys all want bubbles. Okay, well, let's try. Let's see what we can do to get bubbles in here before I do the words. All right, I'm not sure how to do it, but we're gonna try. All right. You know me, I'm always willing to try something. Let's try first. Let's try to take it with some water. Let's try it, see if we can pick it up with our brush. I don't know if I can. I think it might be pretty solid in there. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's get my gold pen, my gold Grabie pen. Let's see if I can find it right here. And let's see if we can come up with some sparkling bubbles. I can't tell if that's looking like bubbles or not. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, we'll keep going. Probably should have avoided the gold splatters if I was going to do this, but I didn't see y'all's comments till after, so it is what it is. We will make it work. This is why I did it on a piece of paper because I can always go back and redo this and change it up if I don't like the way it turned out. Piece of paper because I can always go back and redo this and change it up if I don't like the way it turned out. Okay. All right, so it's not great, but that's all right. All right, so it's not great, but that's all right. Okay, let's see if I wet it with this. Like she said, to wet it and then take a paper towel and blot it. So let's see what happens with that. And then take a paper towel and blot it. So let's see what happens with that. No, that didn't work either. So that's our bubbles. That's what we get for bubbles. And you know what, guys? If maybe I'll play around with it and see if I can figure out a better way to do it. But you can kind of see them if you lean it that way. So there it is. Okay, we're going to do our lettering. All right. So there it is. Okay, we're going to do our lettering. All right, I'm going to and oh, shoot, y'all. I hate it when I do that. Hang on. Happy. This is why I use clear stamps so I can see where I'm putting them. Happy. This is why I use clear stamps so I can see where I'm putting them. We're going to put the new year on there. I got to make sure I get it semi-straight. Happy New Year. All right. So there is January for the Grabie calendar. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I like it. I'm just not sure, you guys, honestly. But there it is, and that is what it will look like when it is in the holder. I think it looks nice. I think I might want to trim it, make it a little bit smaller. But for the most part, I think it turned out really cute. And I know that my BFF will love it because she loves anything that I paint. So she will not have any complaints about it whatsoever. And that's what matters because this is her Christmas gift. It's going to be this calendar. So what do you guys think? I want you guys to share with me yours, post them, tag me, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, at least send it to me in a private message so that I can see how well yours turned out, because I know that y'all's are probably way better than mine, because all the ones you guys send me are always better than the ones that I do, which I love. So I hope that you guys will share yours with me. Sorry, I'm putting my stamps back on so that I don't lose them. And putting it back in the package. All right, so here's what we did today. We used the Grabie calendar. We did January. Guys, the replay for this will be available as soon as I get off of here. We did January. Guys, the replay for this will be available as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to download it and upload it. So to get that done, but it will be done today so that you will have access to the replay, because I want you guys to have them immediately following each tutorial. In case you miss one, it'll be available for you. And I want you guys to be able to do all 12 months with us, okay? So, oh, thank you, CC Smiley. I appreciate that. It's one of my toxic traits, I think. Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Lindsay. You guys are awesome. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I mean, we are our own worst critics, remember, and we all tend to critique our work harder than anybody else. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't have expectations. Remember that. Thank you, Jamie. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow at 10. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a late one. Wednesday's going to be a nighttime tutorial. Because I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday morning. So, but tomorrow I'll be back on at 10 for February. Thanks, Feral Mom. Thanks, Mama Carrie. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. So this was our, January. Okay. And I did do mine on a separate sheet of paper and put it on a separate sheet of paper and put it on the calendar because I did not trust myself not to mess up. Or if it turned out and I didn't like it, I could pull it off and do another one. So I just want you guys to know that you don't have to paint it directly onto your calendar. However, if you are brave enough to do that, the Grabie calendar does come on watercolor paper, okay? So it comes on watercolor paper like this. And you can paint directly on here if you choose to. I just chose not to. I chose to put mine on the calendar after I painted it so that I did not mess it up, okay? Thank you, Feral Mom. I appreciate it. Remember, this does come with a holder. It comes with like a stand. So you put your stand together and you can put your calendar on your desk or whatever. I am creating this one for my best friend for Christmas. So this is how it will look on her desk. I think it turned out super cute. I love January. We will be doing February tomorrow. This replay will be available as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to download it and upload it to my channel for you guys who want the replay on this. But it turned out good. I really like it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the tutorial and learned something. And if not, I hope that you at least enjoyed having the company and the community to paint together. If anybody's wanting to do this series with us, grab the calendar below and join us. We will be doing tomorrow's tutorial at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we will be doing the month of February tomorrow. So I hope that you guys will join us for that. Let's go over the products that we used for today's tutorial, just so everybody knows. And you guys can grab whatever you want out of these products if you don't have them, okay? So the very first thing that we used was this Meeden palette. Okay, guys, you do not have to be a watercolor artist. You do not have to know how to paint. Okay, I bought this palette as a beginner and I did not know what I was doing at all. Okay, I bought this palette as a beginner and I did not know what I was doing at all. I still don't honestly know what I'm doing, but I know enough now that I can come on here and paint with you guys. And I come on here every day to do that. So if you're wanting to learn, but I know enough now that I can come on here and paint with you guys. And I come on here every day to do that. So if you're wanting to learn the palette and join us every day on our tutorials. Now, I will tell you this palette comes with 48 colors. Plenty of colors to learn and do what you need. Let me go ahead and put up the coupon code that I have for live because I do have a coupon code, plus there's free shipping for any of the Meeden products, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that if you use this coupon code, you can stack it on top of any flash sales. All right. So this coupon code is right here, and you can stack it on top of any flash sales that you might have. That includes the Meet Creative Christmas Countdown, because that Creative Countdown is actually really, really cool. It's got 24 art supplies, and you get one art supply every single day during the month of December leading up to Christmas. So it's currently on a flash sale for, did you get yours? Did you peek, Feral Mom? I just want to know, did you look at it, or are you going to wait? Because I looked at one and I looked at day one and I looked at day number 2, and then I could not stand it. I had to look at the rest. So I did. I cheated. Oh, you didn't peek. Gosh, you're so much better than me. I can't do that. I'm way too, I'm just not good with surprises. Oh, goodness. But anyway, so if you decide that you want to grab this countdown, which we're going to be doing it starting December 1st, we're going to pull each supply every day, and then we're going to use that supply during our live. So if you, if I peeled it, I'd be using it now. Well, that's what I'm struggling with right now, Feral Mom. There's a couple things in there that I'm like, gosh, I want to play around with that, but I'm not going to. I mean, I'm going to wait until the right days, because that's what makes it fun. But anyway, if you want to stack this meeting code on top of this flash sale for this 24 days of Creative Christmas, then it's definitely worth it, because you're going to save an additional, I think, 10% on top of the already big flash sale. And the products that are in it, I've seen the products that are in it, guys, and it is so worth the money. Like, you will not be sorry that you spent the money on it. It's a really cool little Christmas product. Well, and they're not Christmas products, they're art products each day, but it's a cool little Christmas lead up, because you get to do each day up until Christmas. So it's like getting a present every day to Christmas, to lead up to Christmas, which is pretty cool. So anyway, we use this, and this palette it's got 48 colors. It does have your neons, and it does have your metallics, and it has all your colors, and they go from lightest to darkest. So the fact that they do that helps you to learn to shade really easily. So this is great for beginners. This was my beginner palette. The fact that they do that helps you to learn to shade really easily. So this is great for beginners. This was my beginner palette, and it's a hot mess. And that's because I use it every single day, but it does come with a brush, and it comes with a pencil and an eraser. It comes with a sponge. It comes with these areas back here to mix your colors to get the shades and hues that you want. And it also comes with your 48 colors, including your neons and metallics. You can pop these out if you want. And it also comes with you can pop these out and make travel palettes with these. So you can pop these out individually as well. And you can customize travel palettes if you want. I, however, just close the lid and take it as is, because, except for paper, the brush, the pencil, the eraser, all the things. So it's a great palette for a beginner, but it's also a good palette eraser, all the things. So it's a great palette for a beginner, but it's also a good palette for a seasoned artist, because it does have really creamy, buttery pigment. So it's really vibrant. You don't have to use a ton of it, so it lasts a very long time, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. Because I've had this palette for over a year, almost a year and a half. It's really vibrant. You don't have to use a ton of it, so it lasts a very long time, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. Because I've had this palette for over a year, almost a year and a half now. I use it every single day, multiple times a day, and yet I still have all of this paint left. Now, I have refilled the white. That's the only one I've refilled. But I'm telling you guys, this will last you a very long time. And if you're a beginner, it's really good to learn on, because it does go from lightest to darkest. So learning how to shade and stuff is super simple. And it was my beginner palette, and it's still the palette that I pull out every day, even though I have a lot of really expensive palettes now. This was always my go-to. I use it for my jewelry. I use it for my Christmas ornaments. I use it for my art. I use it for my Bible journaling. I use it for my art journaling. Like, I'm telling you guys, I use this palette all the time. And you can use it for so many different things. And I really, really love it. So if you're looking for a good beginner palette, this is the palette first in your life. This is a great palette. So if anybody has any questions about this palette. So if anybody has any questions about this palette, please, I will be happy to answer them for you. The other thing that we used today were these Meeden brushes. Okay, these Meeden brushes are absolutely amazing. I love them, love them, love them. They are very much, they keep their shape really, really well. And they keep their tips really well. So you can do detail work even when you're using a regular brush. Instead of having to pull out a detail brush every time, you can actually just pull out and use these. And you don't have to pull out your detail brushes every single time. Although I love some of my detail brushes, but I use these a lot for detailing. They do not rust at all. So you don't have to worry about rust getting into your art. They're very short, so you can control your strokes and everything very easily with these brushes. And they're made out of synthetic squirrel hair, so they hold a lot of water, which is good as well. So just so you know, if you're looking for a professional brush set, but you're not wanting to pay professional brush prices, this is a good set for you guys because, you know, you can pay upwards of $30 for one single brush when you're looking for really good watercolor brushes. And you know, you can pay upwards of $30 for one single brush when you're looking for really good watercolor brushes. And these, I swear to you guys, they are really high quality, but you're not going to have to pay those high quality prices. And remember, this Meeden code right here, this coupon code, can be stacked on top of any flash sales that are going on. So there's a flash sale for these brushes going on right now. So if you do that, if you purchase them, just be sure during the live today, you can use this code right here and stack it on top of the flash sale that's already going on and save a little bit more money on that. So, but that code will go away once I'm off of here live. So if you're wanting to get those, make sure that you do that before I get off of here, which is going to be in just a few minutes because I'm about to go make me some lunch because I'm hungry. Okay, so this was, so we also use that. The other thing that we used was this Grabie calendar. That was the tutorial for today. This was the Happy New Year. Tomorrow we will be doing February. Okay, but today we did January. I think it turned out beautifully. I love it. It's super cute. And then we also used the Meeden water dispenser. This thing is amazing. I do not have running water in my studio. And because I do not, I keep that right there. And that is my water. So when I would paint, I would have to fill my cup up. And then I would sit down and I would start painting. And then when I needed clean water, I would have to get up and I would have to go all the way over there to the door and dump it outside, come back over here, get water, and then sit back down and start painting again. That was a pain, and it disrupted my flow of my creativity. Now I just simply dump and refill, okay? Now the metallics, this one has the metallics in it right now. So when I do the metallics, I tend to have to loosen those. You end up with some metallics still in your water. I used a lot of metallics today on this particular painting. We did a lot of metallics, so... Okay, but we call it the paint toilet. It dumps like a toilet. It holds 650 milliliters of water. You can push this down flat so it travels easily. You can put your brushes in the side here. And this bottom section right here holds 2 of these. Okay, so I can fill this up, use it, and then fill this up again and use it before I have to dump this outside. So it's a very efficient, and it is definitely not a luxury item. I initially thought it was. And I'll tell you, if you have one of the cheaper brands of this that you've gotten off of one of the discount sites, don't try to compare it to this, because this is made really well. This is made strong, and it's made of really heavy duty plastic and heavy duty silicone, so it will hold up over time. This is not something that's going to fall apart or that's going to leak. It's made well. And I had one of the cheaper versions that I ended up throwing in the trash because I didn't like it. And so I didn't think that I would really use this that much. And Meaden said they were going to send it to me. So of course I was like, yeah, I'll try it. And when I got it, I realized very quickly that it was not even comparable to the one that I had. And I love, love, love it. So just so you know, if you've had a cheaper version or one that you've gotten off of a discount site, don't try to compare it, because this is made really, really well. So I really like this. I bought one for my grandson for Christmas, because we're always fighting over this. So he's going to get one for Christmas that's blue. And so he's going to have his own, which is going to make him so happy. So I was, I wasn't willing to spend money on this initially, but now that I've had it and use it, if something were to happen to this, I would definitely buy another one. And again, like, I got one for my grandson for Christmas because I love this one so much and we fight over it all the time. So that was the other thing that we used today. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing the month of February for this Grabie calendar series. Okay, so if you guys are wanting to do this with us, grab you some watercolor paints, grab you calendar series. Okay, so if you guys are wanting to do this with us, grab you some watercolor paints, grab you a cup of coffee, and join us. Yes, they are, Feral Mom. I love the Meaden products. I love, love, love them so much. So I actually have, I have more Meaden products in my studio than anything that I own, I think, because I love them so much. And I didn't start out getting their products for free. Like, I do get a lot of their products now, but when I started buying them because I loved their products. And then over time, the more that I used them and the more that I did, of course, then they, obviously would send me stuff. But I mean, I still go in and purchase a lot of their stuff as well. It's not like I'm not like swimming in free products from them, but I definitely have a few of their products that they've sent me. And I have a lot of their products that they, that I've purchased. So, but I do have like this product, their tube paints. I really like them when I'm doing, I like to use them when I'm doing paintings that don't require a ton of shading, because I haven't quite got used to the tubes yet, but I do really, really like them. And the price on the tube paints are like so, so good. They hardly, like, I don't even know how they're making any kind of money on any of the tube paints, because they seriously are really inexpensive. I was trying to find them for you guys because I know that I have them in here somewhere. Here they are. They're actually low in stock. They only have like 11 in stock right now, but they're not, like, the price on them is really good. And they're big tubes also. They're not like the small little teeny tiny watercolor tubes that you normally get. They're large. I'm gonna bring them out for you guys so y'all can see them. But like, this is a great gift if you're looking for an artist gift, because the size of these tubes, like, I don't know if I could ever use this much paint. I mean, it's 0.4 fluid ounces. Normally the tubes are like 0.17. So they're almost twice or 3 times as much. And they come with like all these colors. I mean, it's just a lot of paint. So if you're looking to get a really nice set of tube watercolor paints, these are super pigmented. I use the white to fill in my white over here, actually, in this palette. But they don't match the colors of the palette, so don't get them thinking that you use the white to fill in my white over here, actually, in this palette. But they don't match the colors of the palette, so don't get them thinking that you can use them to refill, because that's not how it works. But, oh, Mama Carrie, you like the tube paints better? Yeah, they're really nice. They're nice and they're creamy and buttery and all the things. I'm just not as used to using the tube paints as I am the palette. But I have the palette, and these are the tube paints. And I just put them in the palette, and I just let them dry. And when I get ready to use them, I use them like a palette. So that's kind of how it works. I use this ceramic palette. And then when I get ready, if I need to, I can, clean them out and start over if I want to. Hey, Sheena, how's it going? But yeah, these, the tube paints are really, really nice. And they're a decent price too. Yeah, see, that's what I do, Mama Carrie. I put them in here and I use them like normal, palette paints. That's how I do it too. And I love them. I really do. It's just that I currently have this palette, and this is my go-to, so I rarely pull them out and use them. But I'm sure that as this palette runs low, I'm going to start using these more and more. So, yay, Sheena. Well, here's today's. This was our tutorial for today, for January. This was the calendar, the Grabie calendar, and we did this for the month of January. We're going to do February tomorrow. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time is when I will be on to do the February part of the calendar. We're doing all 12 months together. So, and this replay will be uploaded. As soon as I get off of here, I will be downloading it onto my computer and getting it uploaded to my YOUTUBE channel. So if you're wanting to do this calendar series with us, then this will be uploaded today. So it'll be uploaded by this afternoon. You'll have access to it. It shouldn't take long. This will be uploaded today. So it'll be uploaded by this afternoon. You'll have access to it. It shouldn't take long. Okay? Hopefully, if my internet keeps behaving. Right? Okay. There we go. Okay, so they're pinned. Those are the paints that we used. Okay, these are the brushes that we used. Are the brushes that we used. And this is the water dispenser that we used. And this is the water dispenser that we used. And we used the Grabie calendar for January. We will be doing February tomorrow. So that is all the products that we use today. If anybody has any questions on those pieces, please feel free to ask. Anybody who purchased anything today, I'm very grateful and thankful for that. Don't forget, if you have something in your cart, in order to utilize that coupon right there on top of a flash code, then you are going to need to do it before I check out today, or before I get off of here today, because that code is only available during my lives. You want the Mead and brush set so bad. Oh my gosh, Sheena, it's amazing. There is a flash code on the brushes going on, and you can stack this coupon on top of it. So whoever, send them the link and tell them that's what you want for Christmas. And then maybe Santa will bring it to you. All right. Any additional questions from anybody before I hop off of here? I just want everybody to know that my studio is like an ice box. I'm not used to Texas being cold this early in the year, or this early in the winter season. In the fall, it usually doesn't start getting cold until late December, early January. And it's going to be like high of 54 today, which is freezing for me, y'all. That's why I live in Texas, because I don't like this cold weather. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial today. And I will have it uploaded for you guys on the replay. So you guys will have the ability to get to it and do it whenever you are ready for that. But I think it turned out super cute. I mean, it kind of are ready for that. But I think it turned out super cute. I mean, this calendar comes like this, all right? It comes blank. So, but what I did was I went ahead and cut out some paper, some of the meat-in paper, and put it on top of it because I was afraid I might mess it up. So, you know, or that I wouldn't like how it turned out, and then I could just peel it off and do it again. So that was the whole plan behind it. I didn't have to do that because it did turn out to be pretty. But if I do mess up, I have the option of redoing it. So that is why I did that. But it comes on watercolor paper. Like, this is watercolor paper, and you can definitely paint on this if you choose to. And I'm sure it would probably be much prettier if I did that, because you wouldn't have this. But honestly, I just don't trust myself not to mess it up. I mean, I don't know why. I should just do it. Maybe I'll get brave and do February straight onto the paper. But for now, I'm doing it like this. So we will see. The only thing that I wish I'd done differently is made it a little smaller so it had a bigger border on it. But that's all right. It is what it is. I can't, you know, I can't just continue to nitpick it to pieces. So, all right. So that was our tutorial for today. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to hop off of here. Just so you know, this meeting code is good until I'm off of my live. Let me pull out really fast before I get off here. I forgot I was going to do that and forgot. I'm going to pull out the 24 days of Creative Christmas for you guys, because I want you guys to see it. It is such a cool little product, and it is, I'm going to have to move this so that I have room on my desk for it, because it is big, but it is so cool. It comes in this little, like, you get this little bag with it, and it comes, I'm not gonna be able to do that with one hand. But you get this little bag and you pull it out, and in normal, amazing meet-in fashion, it has this little magnetic, sorry guys, I know I'm making you sick. Just a second. I don't want to knock anything over on my desk and spill. Just a second. I don't want to knock anything over on my desk and spill anything. All right, here it is. Okay. So in our normal meet-in fashion, it comes with this great magnetic, like, packaging. So, which is totally cool. Love, love, love that. And when you open it up, you get all of your days. Okay, so you have this top layer, and it has this little thing to lift. So it lifts it out of here for you. But you have your top and your bottom. Okay, so these are days 1 through 12. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I'm not going to show you what's in it. Okay. But I can tell you that it's a different art supply every single day for 24 straight days. And I looked at day 1, and then I looked at day 2, and I was like, oh my gosh. I wasn't going to look at the rest of it, but after I saw 1 and 2, I was so surprised that the the quality of what they chose to put in this. It's right here. It's the discount code that's under the hot pick. It's the MEEDHBX9H. And you can stack that on top of the flash sale. But so I was so surprised in the quality of the of what they had that I had to look at the rest of it. And so I did. Like I did. I just has, and again, it's an art supply every day. So you can do like you're going to be loaded down with amazing Meeden products by the time you get through this whole thing. All right. And again, the packaging is amazing too. So like if you were to give it as a gift, I mean, look how pretty that is. It's just beautiful. So hang on one second, Mama Carrie, and I'll see if I can get it posted for you. Let me see. It is, I'm going to post it. It is MEEDHBX9H. Okay, did that go through? Good. Okay. And did you figure out how to use it? Because I did bring my iPad in case I needed to show you, but I haven't been on there to look. So, all right. So this is, like I said, this is the Creative Christmas, and it's 24 gifts. So it's 24 Meeden products, one each day leading up to Christmas. So you started on December 1st. You're going to open up number 1. And you're going to get an art supply. And then you're going to do day 2. And you're going to get an art supply. And then you're going to do day 3. And you're going to get an art supply. And they're all amazing. They're all really high quality, nice products. And so they're and a couple of days are like, smaller things. But for the most part, like you're getting some of these, like this one right here is a full supply. Like it's not a mini supply or anything like that. Like several of them are, but not all. Like you're getting some full supplies as well. So it's not just little stuff, guys. This is really good stuff in this box. And it is so worth the money. I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to spoil it. But, I can tell you guys that it's really nice. Like it's got some really good stuff in it. And if you're an artist, to get to open up an art supply every day for the first 24 days of December to get to Christmas Eve is the coolest thing. Like this is such a cool idea, but also it is, it's just full of really nice goodies. So, and it's worth way more than what they're asking for it. But the fact that it's on flash sale, so it's $30 off already, and then you can stack this coupon code on top of that. It's crazy to me. Like I don't understand how they're making any money on it, because like I said, I know what's in these. I've looked, I've peeked. As you can see, each one of mine has been opened. I'm going to not pull it out until each day, and I'm going to not use it until each day. But I do know what's in here because I couldn't stand it. I had to look, and it's awesome. It's got some really good stuff in it. So it's well worth the money. All right. And of course, in Meeden fashion, the packaging is beautiful. Y'all can see that. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move that out of the way because that was the one thing that I wanted to show y'all before I got off of here today. Okay. All right. So this was the Grabie calendar that we did today. For those of you who missed today's tutorial, that was what we did right there. That was our tutorial, and it's going to be available in just a little while. I'm going to upload that to my YOU TUBE channel so you guys have the replay in case you missed today's tutorial. Okay? All right. Any more questions before I go? I'm about to hop off of here. Anybody need me to stay on so you can use that coupon code before I clear out? I know that some of you guys have some things in your cart, so if you're wanting to use this code, it's only good for while I'm on live. So if you guys need me to stay on here, let me know. Okay, I'll wait, Mama Carrie, no problem. And then I'm going to go have some lunch. You guys, it's cold here in Texas. Where are y'all from? I know I've got a lot of people on here that paint with me every day. And I don't know where everybody's from. So I am in East Texas, and it's usually warm, but it is very cold here this morning. And it's going to be cold all week. It's going to be nice all week, actually. But I call it cold. Everybody else calls it nice. I think that it's finally going to warm up to like 80 on Friday, which is good. That'll be nice. Because I need it to be 80. Because I'm just super cold natured. Oh, goodness. Florida, Nashville. All right, all right. Sorry, I'm translating because I don't speak. All right. I love Nashville, Crystal Joy. We go there. And I love Florida too, Tia. We go to 30A, that 30A area. We take our motorhome down to that 30A area, Grayton Beach, that whole area down there, and love it, love it, love it. And then my husband has played several shows in Nashville. Love it. And then my husband has played several shows in Nashville. Several shows in Nashville. So, several shows in Nashville. So, all right. Any additional questions about anything that we've done today? You guys make sure to follow my 1 and 2 people up here. And also, if you haven't grabbed your engagement points from the fan club, be sure you do that before you get off of here. That is incredibly helpful for your account and for my account. It does help me to get... to get seen on the For You page and all of those things as we do our lives. All right. So, I'm going to take this off and put this on here just so you guys know this Grabie calendar, because it is, that's weird. I wonder why. It should. It's like a 5 or 10%. I'm not sure which. Bye, Crystal Joy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will have, our live will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be doing February off of this Grabie calendar. So we'll be doing February. Make sure you're entering that code in all caps, Mama Carrie, because it does have to be all caps. So just make sure that you're entering it in all caps and you're entering it incorrectly. You're entering it in correctly. Not incorrectly, but correctly. Because it does, it's kind of finicky sometimes. Let me see if I can figure out. Let's see. Oh, goodness. I need that to be not so loud. And I'll go to here and see if I can get it to go. Let me see. You're going to go to add to cart, and you're going to go to checkout, and you're going to go all the way down to, so like currently they're doing a, you're already getting this, And then after you hit checkout, then if you go down here, there is a place to enter. Let me see, where is it at? Dun, 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 dun. There's a place to enter discount codes. I'm not sure how to do it. I was going to try to show you, but I don't know how, because I'm on an iPad and I'm used to doing it on my phone. Let me see. Discounts. Right here. Maybe it's not going to let you do it onto... Oh, there it is. So you can click on to coupons. So right here at deals, under your order summary, click this button right here. And then you can claim it. And you can also add a promo code as well. So click add promo code and then add it right there. So if I add MEEDHBX9H and apply, then it should be applied. Okay, so now I'm going to go out, and it brought my price down even more. So it gave me an additional discount right here. So hopefully that's helped. Okay. All right, you got everything done. Everybody got everything taken care of. All right, Miss Mama Carrie, I see that you got that calendar. Good job. It should have, that discount, hopefully that discount code worked for you. Oh, well, you wouldn't have used it on the Grabie. Sorry, my bad. All right, guys. Hope that worked. It's showing that you have an order on here, so. All right, guys. I am going to hop off of here. I will see you guys tomorrow for our day 2 of our Grabie calendar series tutorials. We'll be doing February. It'll be at 10 Central Standard Time and in the morning, 10 in the morning Central Standard Time. I will see you guys to do February. All right. I hope you guys had a wonderful morning. Thanks for joining me on our tutorial today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to see your work, so be sure you tag me if you post it or send it to me in a private message if you don't want to post it. That's fine. But this was our tutorial for today, and it will be uploaded for the replay coming up this afternoon. You'll have it available for you guys, okay? As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to start the download, and I will upload it this afternoon, and you will have access to this replay. All right? Okay, guys, I appreciate you joining me this morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.